Week 12 starts in 10 minutes. I almost didn't make these predictions in time. Let's get into this. Dolphins fans, football fans, thanks for checking out the channel. I appreciate you guys stopping in to talk to little old me and find out, what I'm thinking about this week so far. Like I said, the games start today. It's Thursday, and it's 4:09 here at my house in Fairbanks, Alaska. So I'm about 5 or 10 minutes away from the kickoff for the first game of the week. So I figured I better get on here and get my predictions logged so that everybody knows where I was at with them before the game started. So I do not have the game on right now. I'm going to be watching it, but until I finish this video, I'm not going to look at it. So let's get into the schedule and the slate of games for Week 12. This is where everything starts getting interesting, and there's starting to become a lot of playoff implications going down the line of these games. So I'll go through the games, I'll give my predictions on what I think is going to happen, and I'll talk a little bit about what we should be wanting as Dolphins fans, those of you that are like me. Fortunate or unfortunate, as you may think. Obviously, since I'm a Dolphins fan, I have a list of things that we need to be looking for. So let's get into this. Last week, for Week 11, I didn't have a very good week on my pick'ems. I went 8-6. So I'm not doing so hot last week. Still doing well for the whole season. I'm 101 wins, 64 losses for the year, and I'm up near the top of the league with Dudley Durong's Pick'ems League on ESPN. So, first game of the week is tonight, and it is in Cleveland. Pittsburgh Steelers traveling to Cleveland to play the Browns. This game is, well, I mean, Pittsburgh is giving 4 points. And I think mainly that's because it's in Cleveland and it's a division game. If it wasn't for those two things, this would be a lot more points. I think it would be closer to 9 or 10. But as it sits right now, Pittsburgh is giving 4 points to Cleveland. I do think that Cleveland is going to win this game. So, I mean, I'm sorry, I do think that Pittsburgh is going to win this game. Cleveland is at home, and it is a division game, so there could be some crazy things happening. It could be an upset. There is a little bit of that air to this game, but I still do think that Pittsburgh's going to win. I'm going to go ahead and take them. The over-under is 36.5 on that game. And I know this is going to sound weird, but I'm tempted to take the over on that, just because I think this is going to end up being one of those weird games. It's not really the norm for either team. I can see a lot of points off of a run game in this game and field goals. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm taking Pittsburgh. Relatively unimportant game for Miami Dolphins fans. Minnesota is traveling to Chicago on Sunday to play the Bears. This is another one of those games where it's a division game, and there's a lot of good games in this week. Minnesota is traveling to Chicago in a division rivalry. It says that Minnesota is giving 3.5 points to the Bears. I don't think that's going to make much of a difference. The over/under is 39.5. I think that the Minnesota is going to win that game, and not just win it, but I think they're going to win it handily. Chicago has some problems, and I don't think firing your offensive coordinator is going to solve all those issues. I think Minnesota wins that one pretty easily. Could be a good game. Like I said, it's a division rivalry. This could be another one of those upsets / trap games, but we'll see. Detroit is traveling to Indianapolis to play the Colts. Detroit is giving 7 points to Indy. And this game, I do not think is going to be anywhere near that close. I think this is going to be an absolute drubbing. I think Detroit's going to walk out of there with a 22-point win, somewhere along there. And the over/under is 49.5 points. Like I said, Detroit could score that by themselves, the way they're playing. I don't think anybody's playing as good as Detroit is right now. Let's see. Our next game is New England traveling to Miami to play the Dolphins. Obviously, I care about this game a lot. Miami's given 7.5 points to New England. I think the only thing that we really have to worry about in that game for if you're Miami is Drake May, and I think he'll have a decent game. I don't think he's going to have the kind of game that's going to make it to where the Patriots have a chance in this game. I think Dolphins walk away with this game with a significant win. I'm not going to get too much into it, but I think Dolphins win this game. The over-under is 46.5 on that game, so do with that what you will. I do think Miami is going to score a lot of points against New England in this game. It's not going to be a 15-10 game like the last time we played them this year was. Keep in mind that game, neither team had their quarterbacks. It was Jacoby Brissett for the Patriots against Snoop Huntley for us. So that was 15-10. This game will not be that way. The Patriots probably won't score many more points than 15, but the Dolphins, I would look to score probably 2 to 3 times as much points as they did last week, or last time they played the Patriots. Pardon me. Next, we have Tampa Bay traveling to New York to play the New Jersey Giants, and this says Tampa Bay is giving 6 points. I don't know if it's going to be that uh, different of a score. I think it'll be pretty close, but I do think Tampa Bay is going to come out of there with a win. And New York has benched Daniel Jones. They're going to have Tommy Cutlets play the starting quarterback for their team. Why they're not starting Drew Lock, I don't know. It kind of tells me that the Giants have given up on the season. It tells me that they're saying, well, we need to lose as many games as we can now, try to get a good pick so we can get a good quarterback. Watch for them to try to lose out, and watch for them to try to pick up Cam Ward or Shedeur Sanders at the end of the year in the draft. Or the beginning of the year in the draft. So that's what I think is going to happen. I think Tampa Bay is going to win that game and make the division for Tampa Bay even closer at the top up there. Tampa Bay is looking to get back to 500, so that should be a pretty good game. I do think Tampa Bay will win that. Next, we have Dallas traveling to Washington to play the Commanders. The Commanders are going to win this game. I don't think Dallas has much left in them for the year. I do think they play a little better when they're playing on the road. I know that sounds weird for a Cowboys team, but I would expect Dallas to play better. I don't think they have enough to take Washington out at home. Washington is 10.5 point favorites, and for good reason. I know Jaden Daniels hasn't been playing as well as he has in the beginning of the season these last 2 weeks, but I would look for this to be one of those turnaround games for him to start getting back into the win column. I think they're going to do just fine this week playing Dallas, and I think they're going to win that one handily. Next, we have Kansas City traveling to Carolina to play the Panthers. Do we really need to talk about this game? Kansas City's just coming off of a loss. They're probably going to be pissed off. I don't see them losing this game. They're giving 10.5 to Carolina, and I think that this game is going to be more than a 10-point victory for the Chiefs. This game probably not going to be close. I mean, every game they play for a reason, and they could win that game, the Panthers, but I don't see it happening. Kansas City's giving 10.5 points. The over-under is 42.5. Next, we have Tennessee traveling to Houston to play the Texans. Oh, well, this one, every week I try to pick a couple games that I think could be upsets. This is one of those games. I'm looking at this and I'm thinking upset, 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 upset. Most people are going to be taking Houston. They are giving 7.5 points to the Titans. I think that this is one of those weird games where the Titans come out and they play some game. They score some points. I think their defense is actually going to give a little bit of a fit to C.J. Stroud and the Houston Texans, and I think that Tennessee is going to win this game. If I was betting money, I would probably take Tennessee, but I'm not betting money on this, and I think that Tennessee is going to win that game. I'm taking them as the upset of the week, beating Houston at home. We'll see how that goes. Over-under on that is 40.5 points. So, Denver traveling to Las Vegas to play the Raiders. This is the other one that I'm looking at and thinking, ooh, this could be an upset. Las Vegas just lost to Miami last week. They did show signs of life on offense with North Turner and his son running that offense. They did pretty decent. However, they just couldn't get the ball into the end zone. They kept getting stopped. Now, I think that Denver has a good defense, and this is going to be a tall order for the Raiders to play this game and to play well. Denver is giving 6 points to Las Vegas. I do think, though, at home, I'm going to take Las Vegas to get this win. This is my second upset of the week. So most people are going to take Denver to win that game, and rightfully so, but I'm picking this as an upset, and upset means most people aren't thinking it's going to happen. So I'm taking Las Vegas to beat Denver in that game. The over-under is 41.5 points in that game. So do with that what you will. Next, we have San Francisco 49ers traveling to Green Bay, Lambeau Field, NFC matchup. This is going to be a grind-out game. Green Bay is giving 3 points to the 49ers. I think that Green Bay is still going to come out with this win. It's in Lambeau. It's against a team that the Green Bay Packers don't really like all that much. I don't even know why. Yeah, right. Everybody knows why. I think that San Francisco is going to have their hands full in that game, and I think they're going to end up having some issues. So I'm taking San Francisco to lose to the Green Bay Packers, and the over-under is 46.5 points in that game. Watch the over on that one. There could be a lot of points ran off in that game really quickly. Next, we have Arizona traveling to Seattle to play the Seahawks. Arizona's trying to lock down that division. It's strange that they're even in first place in that division, but with this game, Arizona's giving 1 point, so it's pretty much even. I see Arizona winning this game and winning it handily. I don't see it being a super close game. I see Arizona beginning to walk away with this division after this game. It is in Seattle, so there's always a chance Seattle could play well. 12th man is a real thing, and especially in that stadium. So it'll be a great game either way. I think it'll be close. But I do think Arizona pulls away with that win. The over and under is 47.5 points in that game. And next we have the Sunday night game. This will be a pretty good game. Philadelphia traveling to Los Angeles to play the Rams. This is the second week in 3 weeks that the Rams have played on Monday night or Sunday or Monday Night Football. So they're getting a little bit of airtime. Philadelphia is giving 3 points to the Rams, and the over/under is 48.5 points. I haven't decided yet, so I think I'm just going to force myself to make a pick right now because I have not picked this game yet. I'm going to take Philadelphia to win this game. I can't really choose the Rams to win that game, but I would not be shocked if the Rams pulled out a victory and shook some things up in the division standings with that one. But I'm taking Philadelphia to win, and even with the giving 3 points to the Rams, I'll take Philadelphia. Next, Monday Night Football, the Harbaugh Bowl. The Baltimore Ravens traveling to Los Angeles to play the Chargers. Why are the Chargers playing on Monday Night Football? Well, because the Rams are playing on Sunday night. What a weird thing to be sharing a stadium. I couldn't imagine what that would be like. If I got any Chargers fans or Rams fans, let me know in the comments what that's like, sharing a stadium with another team. I'm not sure how I'd feel about that. Obviously, I'm taking Baltimore to win this game. I know Baltimore's done some weird things lately, but I still see Baltimore beating Los Angeles, even though it is in SoFi Stadium. There's not really much of a home team advantage in Los Angeles for this team, so I see Baltimore winning this game. Like I said, Baltimore giving 3 points. The over and under is 50.5. I'm not sure I see that many points being scored, so I would take the under on this one for sure. But I do see Baltimore winning this game, and I see them winning it by at least 7 points. That's it. We have Atlanta, Buffalo, Cincinnati, New Orleans, New York Jets, and Jacksonville all on a bye this week. So for the AFC East, we have 2 teams sitting idle. The only 2 teams in the AFC East that are playing are the Patriots and the Dolphins, and they're playing each other. I see Miami winning against the Patriots. I see them pulling off the sweep once again against New England. And as a Dolphins fan, there are going to be, as of right now, since we're trying to make this immaculate turnaround and do the real greatest story ever told. Shout out Dan Mitchell of the Buffalo Bills media for coining that phrase. Not really, but coining it as referencing the Miami Dolphins melting down at the end of last season and giving the division title to the Bills. This year I'm joking around and talking smack every chance I can to him on the AFC East roundtable about the real greatest story ever told, being Miami making the playoffs and winning a couple playoff games this year after starting the season 2-6. So with that, it could happen, and I'm sticking with it. I'm counting it down. So as what we want is to make the playoffs, there's some things that Miami would help Miami in that endeavor. Now, these things are not things that I necessarily think is going to happen. I did take a couple of these things to happen, but as far as this week's games goes, if you're a Dolphins fan, these are some things that you should be rooting for, even though some of them are pretty impossible. Obviously, we need to win. The Dolphins need to win this game against the Patriots, and they need to win it fast. Like, it needs to be not close. But they just need to win. That's the important thing. But if you're a Dolphins fan, as far as the Denver and the Raiders game, you should want the Raiders to beat Denver. You should want the Raiders to win that game to help Miami out with the playoff positioning. You should want Indy to lose to the Lions. Obviously, an Indy loss is possible in this game, but you should also want that. That would drop Indy a little farther down below Miami, and that would help greatly. You should also want Houston to lose to the Titans. Doesn't make much sense. If it doesn't make much sense, go look at the standings and you'll see why I'm saying this. Houston needs to lose to the Titans, and you also would want the Chargers to lose to the Ravens. I see the Chargers losing a few games down the stretch here, and that's why I would want the Chargers to lose over the Ravens. The Chargers are not going to win their division. I don't see them overtaking the Chiefs. So, with that said, you would want the Chargers to lose because they're going to be in the playoff picture for the wild card in the AFC. And so, hopefully, will be Miami eventually here. And if that's the case, you don't want the Chargers to have wins. You want them to have losses. The Ravens, it doesn't really... I mean, the Steelers or the Ravens, they're both close enough up there. It's still kind of a toss-up as to who's going to be in there. But as far as this goes, since the Ravens are playing the Chargers, you want the Chargers to lose. It's going to help us more in the long run. So that's the NFL schedule. Those are the things that you should want to have happen if you're a Dolphins fan. And some of those are possible. Some of those aren't really going to happen. I don't think that if I was a betting man, I would say that Denver's probably not going to lose to the Raiders. But I did take them to lose because it's an upset alert. I'm picking them as an upset. And I want them to lose as a Dolphins fan. So no offense to the Denver Broncos. I've actually kind of enjoyed the story they've put forth this year and how they've been playing. But now it's starting to affect Miami. I want them to lose. All right, I think that's all I got for today. Tomorrow I'll be putting out the preview for the Patriots game and start getting all that together. All my research and everything has been done and what I want to say, so I'll start recording that either tonight or tomorrow afternoon, and I'll have it out by tomorrow evening for you guys to look at and scrupulate on and hopefully comment and like and subscribe and make it my most popular video ever. All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. I appreciate the time. Enjoy the games this week. Check out the Cleveland game tonight. Might not be as bad as you think. Might end up being a good game. It's supposed to be some snow, some rain, some mud. It'll be a gnarly game. It'll be fun to watch. So check it out. Thanks for watching, and as always, fins up, and have a great evening.